So I recently discovered this AuthorTube Newbie tag that like a lot of AuthorTubers have done as sort of their, like introduction video to, their like YouTube channels and stuff, and thought, damn, this looks like loads of fun. And it's too bad that this ship has kind of sailed for us. But then I thought, just do it anyway. A lot of the questions I was looking over, and yeah, we haven't really talked about a lot of this stuff on the channel yet. So here we are. How's it going, How's it going, guys? It's Pat, your friendly internet wordsmith, and for today's video, I'm going to be doing the author newbie tag. Before we start, if you're an author as well and would like to participate in this tag, you can find all the questions down in the description below. Question 1. How did you find out about AuthorTube? So my introduction to AuthorTube would be Jenna Moreci. I can't for sure say what my first video of hers that I watched or exactly what I was searching for on YouTube that led me to her channel. But yeah, that first video was a definite hook, line, sinker. I've been a fan of hers ever since. 10 out of 10, highly recommend her channel. Go check it out. Question 2. What genres do you write in? The genre that I mostly write in is adult fantasy. It's my bread and butter. It's also what I like to read the most, and it's what I find most interesting and enjoyable. I have dabbled in science fiction as well. In fact, prior to writing Anasia Chronicles: The Blighted Flame, I was working on a science fiction project, and I actually got decently far with it. However, I got this strong urge about halfway through writing that story that I needed to write this new story that I was brewing in my head. I had been thinking about it for a while, and I just couldn't shake the feeling anymore. So for NaNoWriMo 2018, I shelved that science fiction project and started working on The Blighted Flame. And yeah, now we're about 3 months away from publication. So I guess that's just a good story to just to tell you, if you have that feeling in your gut, in that instinct, it's usually the right way to go. So follow your gut. Question 3. What is your preferred tense, point of view, and category? My preferred writing tense is past tense, mostly just because that's what feels natural to me. I prefer to also write in third person limited for pretty much the same reason. And my favorite category to write in is adult. The reason I like writing adult fiction so much is because, yeah, I find it's the category where I don't really have a lot of limitations. I can write pretty much about anything without having to filter it down for a younger audience and worry, too much about if I'm pushing the envelope. Like, of course, there's a point when you're writing things that it can be a bit too gratuitous, but when it comes to adult fiction, that line is a lot further away. I enjoy that freedom. However, I will say that now that I'm a father, I do want to write a younger age group story dedicated to my daughter. That is going to be a challenge because, as I've said, I've always written for the adult market. So that's going to be fun. Question 4. Are you a plotter, a pantser, or a plantser? And I really need to start a petition so we can change these terms because I dislike them so very much. So this one I have talked about before on the channel before. I am a plantser, the combination of the two. So I outline my work down to basically what's the key point of each chapter. Like for every chapter, I will know like what has to happen in this chapter, whether that be a fight breaks out, whether that be the main character discovers something that advances their quest or something. Whatever it is, I know this for sure has to happen, and everything else I kind of just come up with how they get there. So basically I know the destinations for each chapter, but the journey on to how those points link up is what I make up on the go. And of course, if I'm ever writing something and I get like a crazy idea, something that I'm like, oh shit, this would be dope to put in here. Did not plan for it though. This is like a whole, maybe even a whole subplot or something. I will stop writing at that point and then go back to my outline and figure out just how to work that into the story. In fact, there is a huge section of The Blighted Flame. There's a major subplot that happens that was not part of my original plan for the story. And I remember when I thought of it, I was watching a YouTube video, one of Giguk's videos, and yeah, I just got this idea for this this dope plot line. And yeah, from there on, I had to stop writing the book and whipped out my outline and just figured out, okay, how do I weave this into the main plot and into the story, and you know, make it integral, make everything function, and yeah, how do I include this into the story? And I think I did a pretty good job of it. Of course, I mean, I can't really go into too many details about this for spoiler purposes. But I don't know, maybe one day we can revisit this topic and I'll let you guys know exactly which section of this book was thought of well into development. Question 5, are you self-published, published, or yet to be published? So I'm yet to be published, but not by much. Yep, I'm gonna be self-publishing my debut novel, Anasia Chronicles: The Blighted Flame, on July 16th, 2021. For more information on my book, you can go to my website, link in the description. And yeah, there you can find all the information you need on that. And you can also read the first 3 chapters for free. Question 6. What publishing company, literary agent, and or printing company do you use or are represented by? And if you're yet to be published, what is your dream publishing company or literary agent? So yeah, self-publishing here, so not really interested in literary agents or publishing companies. I mostly wanted to go with self-publishing because that would be the avenue that would allow me to, you know, maintain the rights to all the work, to all my work, and, you know, keep, you know, complete creative control, and, you know, higher royalties are nice too. So yeah, that's why I went with self-publishing. But in terms of printing service, I'm using KDP to go ahead and put my baby out into the world for you guys. Question 7. What AuthorTube related videos can we expect to find on your channel? On my AuthorTube channel, you can find a plethora of writing advice, breakdowns of literary concepts, and other things of that nature. I am thinking about, because I currently live stream just playing video games on Twitch as, you know, a way to decompress and connect with the audience and whatnot. But I've been thinking about moving those over here on the YouTube channel. I have been keeping those 2 spheres separate because, you know, one's gaming, one's writing. So it made sense for a while to keep those atmospheres separate. So like if you enjoyed the writing and weren't really interested in the gaming, it wasn't there, you stay over here. However, if you were interested in that, follow over there. But I've been thinking of merging the 2 together into one easy to find place just here on YouTube. I haven't made that decision yet, but that may be coming down the pipe. Question 8. When did you start writing? So in terms of writing in general, I first started as a kid writing poetry. And when I turned 13 is when I started writing, you know, fiction stories. And ever since then, that has been what I primarily write. Question 9. What was the first story you ever wrote? And here's where it gets pretty embarrassing. So the first story I ever wrote was a fan fiction mashing up Dragon Ball Z, Inuyasha, and The Legend of Zelda. It was a complete mess. It was terrible, but it was the first story I ever wrote. Oh, and I am only counting stories that I've written on my own accord and not stories that I wrote that were prompted in like school and stuff. Because if that's the case, then I don't know. I probably wrote some shit with a crayon back in elementary school. That I don't know. Question 10, and I kind of just realized that we have more than 10 questions, but I only have 10 fingers. So I guess no more hand signs to go with these. So yeah, what authors have inspired your writing the most? In terms of content, my writing is mostly influenced by anime and manga. I'm gonna read these sentences verbatim, just because that's the best way I'm gonna not butcher these names, even though I'm sure I probably will butcher them anyway. I apologize for that. But specifically, Yoshihiro Tagashi, the author of Hunter x Hunter, Kohei Horikoshi, the author of My Hero Academia, and Tite Kubo, the author of Bleach, have been major influences on my work. I absolutely love these franchises, and they have inspired a lot of my stories. They're awesome. And here's a fun fact. All of my stories, like literally all of my stories, as I'm conceptualizing them and writing them in my head, I see them in anime style. Like I don't see them in live action like you and I. Everything in my story is highly stylized in anime fashion. So take that as you will as you read my work, I guess. If we're talking about writing in general, then yeah, the authors that inspire me the most are Jenna Moreci, Kim Chance, and my critique partner Zanita. Reading their work always kind of gets me pumped and amped and, inspired to put my all in my own writing and, just give everything my best shot. Question 11, do you schedule your writing sessions or simply get to writing whenever you find the time? Kind of both. I learned the value of scheduling time to write when I attempted NaNoWriMo back in 2018 for the first time. And yeah, that was the only way I was gonna even get close to finishing. I didn't actually finish. I was, I wanna say like 17,000 words short of the 50,000 word goal. But The Blighted Flame clocks in at 102,000 words, averaged, or not average, rounded. So yeah, there was no way I was gonna finish the book in that month, just period. So I'd made a big dent in it though. So yeah, I learned the value of scheduling time to write, in where, I'm sitting down for the next 2 hours. That's all I got on my plate is writing, and I found that's when I get my most productive work done. However, I am also an advocate of writing whenever you get the damn chance. So yeah, I write during my lunch breaks. I write after work. If like I had plans for something and they fell through, I will usually write instead. So whenever I get the free time, I'm also writing. So both. Question 12, do you type on a computer, a typewriter, write everything out by hand, or use any blend of those? And where do you write generally? I write on my computer, whether it be my desktop in my office or on my laptop, anywhere else. While drafting, I work in Google Docs, which allows me to basically work on my stuff wherever, as long as I have an internet connection. And, with my phone and, being able to share, the hotspot and everything, my internet connection. Yeah, that really does mean anywhere. So yeah, I've worked on projects basically everywhere. In my office is where I get the best work done. But I will be laying on the couch. My wife will be watching something, and I'll be, listening while working on, my stuff on my laptop. I work at work during my lunch break. I've worked on stuff. I've worked on stuff while waiting in the car while my dogs are at the vet, because I can't go in with my dogs at this point, due to COVID. So, vet comes, gets the dog, we talk for a minute. The fuck is that? we talk for a minute, but you know, dog gets taken in the hospital. I'm on my computer, get the phone call done, get a little bit of work done there. So yeah, pretty much everywhere is a spot where I can work. And finally, question 13, what are you most looking forward to now that you're a part of AuthorTube? So I'm gonna modify this question a little bit because I've been making videos for a while now on AuthorTube. So yeah, the question doesn't really fit for me. So instead, I'm gonna ask myself the question, what do I enjoy most about being part of AuthorTube? So slight variation there. The thing I enjoy about AuthorTube the most is the writing community and, you know, helping out, you know, my fellow writers. And, you know, coming on here, talking about a topic and yeah, just breaking everything down as best I can. And, you know, giving my tips on how to, you know, help other writers, you know, write more effectively. Yeah, I don't really feel like you know, the best writer in the world per se. And of course, everything I say is subjective and should be taken with a grain of salt. However, I also feel like if I can, you know, come out here on video and, you know, talk to you guys and offer my advice on writing and, you know, would help somebody out on their journey to get, you know, where they're going, like, you know, other author tubers have, you know, I've watched their videos and they've helped me get to where I am, then, you know, that's a really awesome thing. And, you know, that brings me comfort. So that's why I do it. And that's going to do it for this video, ladies and gentlemen. Do remember that my adult fantasy novel, Anasia Chronicles: The Blighted Flame, will be published on July 16th, 2021. And if you would like to pre-order, then you can do so right now. Down in there's a link in the description below that'll take you there. And also, if you do decide to pre-order, then you should definitely enter my pre-sale giveaway as well, because we're going to be giving away tons of prizes here on the channel, and your ticket to entering that giveaway is pre-ordering. So yep, if you're going to pre-order, definitely enter the pre-sale giveaway as well.
Thanks for kicking it with us. If you had a good time, go ahead and slap that like button. And if you're new, consider subscribing, because we do this every week. Of course, you're going to want to hit that bell too, so you never miss an upload. Have an awesome day, achieve something great, and we'll catch you later.